me fear. No fear for my health, never give up. Though the voices around me say it's a long shot, it'll never happen. To put their money on that as they laughing. I know I'm up against the best, but we fighting in the streets, left, right, left. Don't want it. This is what I live for right here. You think I go forward cause the light split? Like I don't know what this life is. Think again cause I want no hype it. Ever what they painted up to be. And the underdog is evidently the one who got more to win. I'ma make it taste the ground, here's my hydro king. You know what they say, the third strike is what counts. You know, and you can get it too. Don't think that I can knock you out. I'ma knock you out, knock you out, knock you out, knock you out. Don't think that I can knock you out.
One wise person once said, "Don't be ashamed of yourself. Be proud of who you are, and don't worry about how other people see you." Well, these two hide their identities, making sure no one knows who they are, until the perfect time. Like Adam Taurus, the White Fang, and Genji Shimada from Overwatch. I am Flaming Kitty 420. It's my job to see who would win in a battle, test their stats, and see who would win a fictional revolution. Let's get started. Genji Shimada is the youngest son of Shojo Shimada, who was the leader of the Shimada clan and the younger brother of Hanzo Shimada. Genji didn't care and didn't want to be part of the Shimada's illegal clan business, and he spent more of his time a playboy life. When Shojo died, Hanzo demanded Genji for more of an active role, but Genji refused, and that enraged Hanzo, which led to Hanzo and Genji's tension to grow, which resulted into violence. Hanzo and Genji went to a fight that led Genji on the verge of death. Genji was almost dead until Overwatch found him, and Dr. Angela Ziegler, aka Mercy, prepared Genji's body for service in Overwatch. Genji joined Blackwatch, and he most likely worked with others like Jesse McCree and legendary Gabriel Reyes. Genji's new body enhances his speed and agility, and it helps his ninja skills. Genji also gains a passive ability called Cyber Agility. Genji can climb any 90-degree surface and can do a double jump in midair with his Cyber Agility. Genji carries 24 sick-looking shurikens, and that fires at least 3 bursts, and can shoot into two different ways. Can deflect bullets, rocket missiles, arrows, cyber bullets, and many more back to the attacker. And it can block melee attacks too. Swift Strike is a quick strike for the low damage that can be used only if Genji gets an elimination or assist, and it can help Genji get a kill or escape a battle he's losing. Genji gains the ability from Heroes of the Storm, and it's called X Strike. Genji does 2 slashes that makes an X, then he jumps up and strikes down, does a lot of damage, and Genji can't take damage while he's in the middle of doing the attack. If Genji needs more damage, or really needs a quick kill, he can use his ultimate attack, the Dragon Blade. If Genji needs more damage, he's ready for a quick kill, he can use the Dragon Blade, that can do a lot of damage and it can kill most heroes in a few slices, and the slices can be cancelled with a Swift Strike. Genji can use all of his abilities and his Cyber Agility, and the only downfall is that Genji loses range because he doesn't use the shurikens and he is stuck in melee range. Genji traveled many years, that includes many deserts and other places. He felt at war with himself and he was repulsed with his mechanical body. He also had some amazing feats. He was able to beat Hanzo by himself. He launched Diablo back at a couple of feet at the Hanamura Bell with the sword swing. He deflected many scatter arrows in a fight versus Hanzo, and he even turned Hanzo's dragon back at him. Genji is pretty strong and fast, but he has his fair share of weaknesses. Genji can't deflect energy, electric, or laser attacks, but at the end of the day, Genji is one badass ninja you do not want to mess with.
It's not like the stories our father told us. You were a fool for believing it so.
Perhaps I am a fool to think there is still hope for you, but I do. Think on that, brother.
Imagine if all you ever known was hatred, oppression, and slavery. Your life was spent completely dedicated to serving those who are superior to you in every way. This life is reality for the Faunuses. See, in Ruby, the land Faunuses are a species of humanoid creatures with animal-like features, whenever the cat ears, a tail, or just a pillar of bull horns. And because of this, these little differences, they are all odd to humankind, who treated them like freaks. Humans decided the best way to keep them under control was completely enslaved them, stripping them of their humanity. But then a group of Faunuses appeared and prepared to stand up for those fellow Faunuses and get the respect they deserve. This was the White Fang. The original White Fang group took a massive diplomatic approach to these, preferring to solve all their problems politically, all for a short period. This actually worked. Some humans started to see the Faunuses as equal, but there are still those supermen who are out there treating Faunuses like dirt. After a long run with some mild success, the original leaders stepped down, allowing the path of new leaders to take their reign. Under new leadership, the White Fang began to take more violent tones towards the action, becoming more akin to the terrorist group rather than just a political one. This time not to seek respect, or would be used fear to make the humans see them not just equal but superior. Many Faunuses flocked to the White Fang, and after an incident involving his left eye, he decided to take his anger out on humanity and use the White Fang as an excuse to do so. Adam Torres. Adam is a great fighter. He quickly gained recognition and praise for his actions. This was Adam's first taste of love and recognition. He was first seen something other than a slave, but unfortunately, this wasn't enough for Adam. He wanted more inside. He grew a thirst, insane lust for power. Pretty soon, Adam rose through the ranks of the White Fang and ended up overthrowing the current leader. And he has plenty of tools and weaponry to do so. His primary weapon is a sword called Wilt. He also utilizes his sword harmless brush in battle. Brush doubles as a harness and a sword a shotgun, meaning he can use it not just to mow down his close range opponents, but he can also let him shoot out well at his opponents. He's also infused Wilt into fire dust, allowing him to utilize it in his attacks. While he is never really seen doing so at a great scale, he has appeared to use fire in his strikes and can be reasonably scaled. People like Cinder, who during a fight with Ruby used glass mixed with dust to launch attacks. It is unreasonable to scale Adam's Cinder. Fire-based attacks those who stem from her semblance, which has been stated multiple times to be different from dust. It is also unreasonable to scale Adam's use of the dust to like Weiss or Winter, as weapons are shown to be unique and specially created to use multiple types of dust in combat. By scaling Adam to Cinder, it's reasonable to assume that Adam could shoot out large blasts of fire from his sword, but the unlocked full power of his weapon, he utilizes Wilt with his semblance. Adam's semblance is actually quite similar to Yang's, but instead of taking damage head-on, Adam can absorb energy through his sword. While his semblance doesn't increase his physical strength, it does increase his power of his sword. Strikes and can allow him to shoot out a blast of energy from his sword using any leftover energy he has absorbed through its implied disuse of all of his collected energy, making him weaker until he absorbs any more. This is the power of his semblance, Moon Slice. However, this semblance doesn't absorb any energy from hits it takes head on. Fortunately, he grants really good blocking attacks from his sword, from giant lasers, beams to point-blank range shots from Blake Baldana. Fortunately, he also has a backup defense. His aura, an invisible shield, linked to a person that can be used to block attacks and meter his wounds. It also was worth mentioning that Adam's semblance is linked directly to his aura and uses his semblance to drain his aura, especially when he absorbs larger and more powerful attacks. Also, even with his aura, he still feels full force of any attack that hits him head on. Plus, enough force will completely drain his aura, leaving him defenseless. But when you're skilled enough to take out a whole base of army soldiers, durable enough to absorb energy to completely disintegrate his giant spider robot, and fast enough to move faster than the eye can see, and just a complete badass through and through, it's not going to be easy for you to wear your opponent down. Adam is still one of the deadliest warriors out there, and if anyone who faces him, better be careful. Until you get stabbed by Blake Yang and what a waste of potential.
Hurt me long before we met. All sorts of people in all sorts of ways. But no one hurt me quite like you. You didn't leave scars. You just left me alone.
Now that we analyze these two combatants, let's see who would win in a fight. Before we get to that, I would like to thank Speedy the Assassin for this amazing animation. He did a good job, and if you want to, or you should, go subscribe to his channel in the link below. But for right now, it's time for a fictional revolution. Now, why does Adam win this battle? While Genji is able to slice through a car, Adam was able to take down many soldiers. While Genji can slice a pumpkin, Adam cut Yang's arm off, was able to survive many things back in Season 1. And while Genji was holding his own against Diablo and Hanzo, that was not enough when one time Adam fought both Blake and Yang and almost won until he got stabbed. But overall, this was not a fight Genji could win. Adam was just faster, stronger, more durable, more experienced, and overall the better fighter of the two. Looks like Genji Wujin no Kino can't get a victory. The winner is Adam Taurus.
The raid on Haven's gonna be more complicated than we thought.
Don't worry, nothing will stop us now. It's time I got what I deserved.
Who's rapping? Overkeen. Dragons? I'm not overkeen. I'll dice them like a knife, slicing right through an aubergine. My dragon shout flow is sweeter than a soda stream. You won't believe your eyes. I'm like an overload of dopamine. A broadsword in one hand and a magic spell in the other. I'm the last of the dragonborn. There's no other, my brother, so run for cover. If you've got scales, then I'm on your tail, and I will not fail like a free-roaming sandbox game. I'm off the rails. I walk the trail through awful gales and storms of hail till all the nails are knocked into your coffin. I'll not stop until you're impaled, and I prevailed in the name of the Lord. I pray to the Lord, you all get a taste of the blade of my sword. I'm taking on hordes of enemies. I face him with hordes of weaponry. The drain in my force, the chemistry comes into play with retorts and recipes. Alchemy mixing like a DJ. Restoration, restore my energy. My legacy, odyssey, elegy, prophecies written in heavenly bodies and buried with everybody that ever did bother to mess with me. Dead and I'm terribly, horribly. I'm a celebrity, honestly. You're a wannabe. I'm a prodigy. The suggestion you're better than me at being a warrior? Ha! Comedy. It's a gift to me. I don't just spit flames lyrically, but literally. And the Elder Scrolls are scripts in which I've written your obituary. I am the Dragonborn, wearing a hat with badass horns. I'm Dovahkiin, globally, you'll know the D at all.